member for Vermilion, Lloydminster.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. While opinions on Bill 6 differ, members on both sides of the Assembly, up to and including the Premier, are in agreement that the communication has been an unmitigated disaster. We have the Premier blaming unnamed government officials, information sheets that I will table with what is now misinformation appearing and then disappearing off the government website. To the Minister of Labour, the buck stops with you. Given the level of confusion that you have created surrounding Bill 6, why are you still forging ahead with this clearly flawed piece of legislation?
Outstanding question.
Minister of Health.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I know we don't typically talk about when somebody's not in the House, but I want to say in this circumstance, the Minister of Labour is meeting front lines with farmers to ensure that she understands their concerns. So I'm happy to make sure that I pass along the feedback that's been raised. In terms of moving forward, we are absolutely willing to bring forward amendments to ensure clarity on this matter, Mr. Speaker, and we hope to do so later today in committee.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to thank the Minister for that, because given that we've been assured by the Ministers of Agriculture and Labour that Bill 6 was written only after extensive consultation and with widespread agreement from farmers, and given that now the government admits that the bill needs to be amended, to the Minister, exactly who did you consult with while you were hastily preparing the amendments?
The kitty cat. The cat bitten.
Mr. Speaker, I believe consultation was going on for about 10 years while that party was in government. And one of the reasons why the consultation happened is because there was a tragic farm incident, the Chandler incident, and a father was lost, Mr. Speaker, and there has been calls for years to do something to offer the same protections to farm workers in Alberta that they have in every other province, Mr. Speaker. So the consultation is continuing to happen with hands-on farmers today. It's been with industry so far under this government, but past government consulted as well.
Well, Mr. Speaker, given that many newly elected members of this legislature are bewildered by the legislate first, drop regulations later, and given that one of the most baffled by this process is the minister who is the self-proclaimed champion for Alberta farms and ranchers, who said yesterday, and I quote, "It is an odd way of doing things," to the Minister of Agriculture. If you aren't comfortable with how you're proceeding and given the overwhelming opposition for the very people for whom you are supposed to be the champion, why are you ramming Bill 6 through?
Since the tragic death of Kevin Chandler in June 2006, 122 others have died in work-related incidents on farms and ranches in Alberta, and they are the people that deserve to have these protections and safety moving forward, Mr. Speaker. Just to be very crystal clear, this is about farm and ranch employees. This is not about family members. This is not about friends. It's not about volunteers. And we're going to make sure that we have crystal clear explanation of that in the amendments we plan to bring forward, Mr. Speaker.